Hey there, welcome back to my channel. So today I have my Christmas gift guide video ready for you guys. I was busy picking out fragrances that I thought would be the easiest gifts to give, gifts for different people in your life. I'm going to go through different age groups, different people, their relation, what they might be into, and then I have a men's fragrance I would recommend at the end as well. As always, if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to ring the bell, follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff, so you'll always be notified when I put out a new video. And I thought this year, because of everything that's going on, we're not seeing our families in the same way. We can't gather around immediately around Christmas, so the upside is you might have some more time to get gifts and share them with friends, family, and loved ones, because you're not sharing everything right away on the 24th or the 25th. And some people are doing gift exchanges a little later into the month, so hopefully this gives you enough time to see what you would get or what you might want to get yourself on Boxing Day and post-Christmas sales. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'll start with the young gift option. Now this could be someone in your family or your friends that just happens to be young themselves and is just starting out in fragrance, and you want to keep something that's a little more young and flirty and girly and not too overbearing or mature. Or it might just be someone in your friends or family in your group of loved ones that tends to like more young fragrances, but I still wanted to pick a good one. There were some celebrity fragrances or younger smelling fragrances that smell super, super young that I'm not into. I wanted it to still be a fragrance that I would recommend and wear myself. So I think it will come as no surprise that I chose this celebrity fragrance, and that is Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. I just feel like if there is someone in your life who happens to be young, who's a teenager or a preteen, they might already be a fan of Ariana Grande, which is kind of like a bonus, or they might be more willing and more into this kind of fragrance than something else. On the other hand, though, this is a fragrance I wear, I love. A lot of people way outside the example marketing age of this fragrance super, super like this. So I think it's a really well-made celebrity fragrance. It lasts a very long time. It's got great lasting power. It layers beautifully with Cloud, which is an older one of her fragrances, so they might already have that and they might like this. It's cute, it's kitschy. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I feel like as far as young fragrances go, even within her own fragrance line, this is one of the best ones, hands down. So definitely recommend this. I've been wearing this loads this year. I feel like I miss it. I haven't worn it in a couple weeks, so I definitely want to pull it back out and wear it again. But it's inexpensive in terms of fragrance. This isn't one of the super, super expensive fragrances. You can get them under $100 for sure. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out. And I've seen around Christmas time also they have these sets of these. So with a mini bath bomb and a little mini of this fragrance as well. So it might be nice to get gift set versions of any of these fragrances if you can find one, because that's a nice way to just give them little goodies as well. So that is my young fragrance pick. Then I have the person in your life that you're just totally unsure of, because fragrance is a hard gift to give. And it's very personal, and if you don't know someone's taste or someone's Christmas list and you're just taking a shot at the dark, it is going to be difficult to pick something for them. It's kind of like getting shoes for someone. You don't know their exact right fit, and you can take guesses, and I have some good ones for you guys, but I thought an easier way to get them a gift that they might not pick up themselves and that is a little more personal is something like Glossier You. This is my favorite of these kinds of fragrances. I have others that I'm not as much of a fan of or that I just don't vibe with, but this one is a gem, and I've had this, I didn't pick this up this year, I've had this since it came out, and Glossier You is a beautiful gift to give someone because it just kind of takes on, I actually am not wearing fragrance today, so I'm gonna put this one on. It kind of just takes on a little bit of your body chemistry and it changes with you. It smells a bit different on everyone. It has that that quality that's very like vetiver, musky, pencil shaving type scent. I find it's the strongest of these kinds of fragrances I've ever smelled, which is why I like it the most. I don't feel like it just feels as though I'm spraying water on me. I really, really smell it from first spray, and I adore this fragrance on me. And even when I feel like hours and hours later it's already completely gone away, I would get people who would point it out and say, oh my God, what are you wearing? You just smell good. It doesn't smell perfumey. It doesn't smell sweet. I feel like the closest category I could put it in is slightly woody. Woody and musky, I suppose, but it's not too sweet. It's not too much of really anything, and yet it's super, super special. It's completely unisex, so don't let the bottle fool you. It's completely unisex. It just smells great, and it's gonna smell different on every person, really. Like, I have someone in my life who fragrances on her always turn sweeter than they actually are, and if they're already sweet, then they get like sickly sweet. And this smells a little like, it has a touch of sweetness when it's on her skin, and it has no sweetness when it's on me. And I prefer the way it smells on me, but I mean, that's kind of, I suppose, the point of this whole thing. So definitely do recommend this gift. You can get it on the Glossier website, and it only comes in one size, is the 50 ml, but they also come in a solid perfume as well. So definitely check it out. All right, then we get to the person in your life that isn't necessarily super into fragrance, but that likes all things bath and beauty, and they like fragrance, but they're not like gung-ho, you know, their favorite niche. They don't have like a whole list or anything. And I felt like, and they might be into Christmas, maybe they're into LUSH and other sort of things on the periphery fragrance. So I picked my favorite of the LUSH body sprays. It was really hard to pick a favorite, but I feel like this will always have a special place in my heart, and that's Snow Fairy. It's available now. It only comes around Christmas time. They sell out very quickly. So check out the stores near you. Check out online, obviously. I hope it's not already sold out, but this one's really, really great. It obviously is a very, very sweet fragrance. It's very strong. To me, it's always smelled like candy and like banana bubble gum. It's just, it's supposed to smell like cotton candy, but I feel like even more so, it smells like pink bubble gum, like sweet banana candy. And oh my God, so many happy memories. This is a beast mode fragrance. They are not kidding around with this. And if you have someone in your life that's already a fan of LUSH and they've never had the Snow Fairy body spray, but they've used a bunch of the products, I think it would be a great gift. In general, if someone's not super into fragrance, it's a really cool, interesting bottle because it just looks like Lysol or Windex or whatever. And I think it's a really nice gift. It's only around the holidays, so it'd be like this nice thing that they can use all year that reminds them of that time of year, and I really do like this, so definitely recommend Snow Fairy. Again, pretty inexpensive as way as fragrance goes, but the lasting power on that, like, it is no joke. It outperforms many of my eau de toilette and eau de parfum, so definitely happy with that. Then I would say kind of your middle of the ground designer fragrances. I picked two for this category because I feel like there is a range. I'm going to show you the safer one first if you really don't know someone's taste and you just want something very safe and kind of doesn't lean in any sort of way too strongly, and then I'll get to the second one. And the safer one is Idole by Lancome, and this one, I have the 50 ml. I'm not sure what other sizes it comes in, but I think it comes in a smaller size probably. This is a really beautiful fragrance. I think it's a really nice bottle to gift someone. Hopefully you can gift them the stand as well, because standing this up is a nightmare for me, but it's a really interesting bottle. It's very classic. It's very feminine. It's not anything crazy bottle-wise like this that they might not want to display if they're, you know, a little bit more reserved or you just don't know their style. It's nothing too out there like this that they might not want to put out there. This is a very classy perfume bottle. It's interesting enough because it's very thin, but I think stylistically it's really classic. And the fragrance kind of matches that. It's not too generic. I wouldn't say, like, I really do like the scent of this fragrance, but it's inoffensive. It's very shampoo, floral, like floral cocktail. It's just like a mess of florals, but it's very clean. It's not heady. It's got like medium lasting power. It's very middle of the road. And yet it's super beautiful. And I feel like if I didn't know what someone was really into, and I knew they weren't gonna be into taking risks on the like high-end niche side, but that they would just be too thrown off by something celebrity or on like the lower end because they're just not used to that kind of area of fragrance, I would definitely go for a designer fragrance. I feel like that's the safest area to buy in if you don't know someone's taste. And something like this is just classy, feminine, safe, but beautiful enough where it would capture their attention and probably their taste as well as you could guess. So that's my safer designer pick. The other one, I feel like for a designer fragrance that is a little more interesting, a little more intriguing, and just takes everything a step higher in terms of performance, lasting power, and it comes in a lot of nice sets, would be Burberry Her. I feel like it's still very feminine. It's like strawberries and cream with that splash of Baccarat Rouge 540, so maybe you know that they already like Baccarat Rouge 540 or that vibe of fragrance. You know that they're open to taking a little more risk, if you can say that, and that you know that they're not going to be thrown off by something performing incredibly well. Like this fragrance will last into the next day. On clothing, it lasts for days and days and days. I've washed clothing that has been sprayed with this and it'll come out still smelling like like skin scent wise, but it will still smell on coats and stuff. So it's an incredible performer. It was really popular there for a moment when people kept comparing this and the Intense. I'd also recommend the Intense. I just don't own it. But I think it's really nice. I actually got the gift set for myself earlier this year, kind of like post-Christmas, I think around January. And I mean, I liked it as a gift to myself, but I think it would be a really, really nice one. It comes with the cream and body wash. So definitely recommend this as kind of a little bit more interesting of a designer pick. All right, so then we get to some more expensive, maybe niche or niche pricing type fragrances. These are people that you know like fragrances, are into them to varying degrees, but they're definitely into fragrances and they would want or appreciate something a little more fancy, a little more exciting, and maybe it's someone closer to you and they've kind of always had their eye on something a little bit more luxury or luxurious. And so I have two recommendations for you again. The first one I had to recommend as a whole, I would say getting someone a Maison Lancome fragrance would be a stunning gift. It's a gift I would be absolutely floored by. I have just fallen in love with this line this year. But they're beautiful bottles, they're beautiful design, they're very weighted, they look beautiful, they look very classy and elegant and luxurious. The boxes are okay. They're not my favorite luxurious boxes, but it just feels like a beautiful gift. And the fragrances do not disappoint either. I really could have picked any of mine, to be quite honest, but I decided to go with the first one I ever got, Rose's Berberanza, which is seems like to be a favorite from the line as well. It is a stunning gourmand. It can make a gourmand lover out of a non-gourmand person, and it did for me. This is such a beautiful take on like pistachio and rose. It smells so much like Middle Eastern desserts, and it's syrupy and very, very gourmand, and yet it doesn't, I don't know, there's something about it that I feel like even though it's an extreme gourmand, it's not being shy at all about what it is. It's universally, like, I can't see anyone not liking this, and yet it's got qualities to it that I feel like would be polarizing for some people. Maybe you wouldn't love this as much as I do, but I feel like everyone would at least like it. It's really, really stunning. The juice is this beautiful, beautiful color. You don't need a lot. It will last them, I mean, depending on how many fragrances they have, it will last them a lifetime and a very, very long time at the very least, because it's so big. I wonder how many mils this is. 100 mil. But it's so, so beautiful. And I would say pretty much anything from the line, depending on their taste. But I had to pick one that really stood out to me, and Rose's Berberanza absolutely stands out to me. If you know that their taste is a little more, if they like suede florals, then maybe Magnolia Rosée is their kind of thing. If they like more powdery rose, Parfait de Rose. If you know that they like oud, then there's so many. There's L'Autre Oud, there's you know, Oud d'Ambroisie. There's so many that you can choose from based on what they like, and if they like a particular floral, then you can look for that. But this would be my pick, and I think it would be a stunning, luxurious gift. Then the other one, if you have a Sephora near you, or if you want to buy online, I feel like the Killian range that is like the Sephora range are actually really cute, and they're interesting bottles. It's nice to have one as part of your collection. They're really nice to, you know, display, but they have interesting names, they have fun names, and the fragrances are pretty nice. I wish I remembered ages ago when I smelled them all, because I feel like there were others in the range that I actually liked more than the one I own, but I can't recall. So I have I Don't Need a Prince by my side to be a princess, or otherwise known as Princess. It's very gourmand, but in a different way than Rose's Berberanza. This one kind of gives me, there's green tea or iced tea or something in this, but it gives me a green tea, iced tea, like sweet tea vibe. Not a very like southern sweet tea, but like a sweet iced tea. And then it has marshmallow. It's sweet, it's girly, but it's not as, I don't know, because of the green tea, I suppose, and the kind of iced tea vibe, it doesn't go so sickly sweet, extreme girly straight from the get-go. It has a interesting take to it, and I feel like it's a really nice one. It would make a beautiful gift, especially if they already like Killian fragrances and you know that they don't have a particular one. These ones from Sephora I think would make beautiful gifts. And then finally, the men's fragrance I picked. I have a lot less men's fragrances to pick from, and a lot of the ones I do have are discontinued, so I didn't want to pick those in case it was harder to find. So I decided to go for one that I know is still available, and this is Terre d'Hermes, and this is the Eau de Toilette. Oh my, I wear this on myself, honestly. I've not worn this in a very long time, because I've been trying out all the fragrances I've been hauling lately. But this is a stunner, and what I love most about this, and I've said it before, is the heart and dry down. When you first smell this, it is very bitter, like bitter orange or grapefruit green. And when I first smelled it, I just figured it was going to stay relatively linear to that. It does not. The heart and dry down of this fragrance and the sillage that it produces are mind-blowingly beautiful, and it's so interesting how it can make that shift. More than so many other of my fragrances, this changes kind of drastically, honestly, to my nose from that opening, because the opening is very green and bitter orange, and at first I was like, oh no, if that's all it's going to be, it's not my vibe. And yet it's so beautiful. It's that kind of sillage where you want to like follow your own limb around the room, because it's so beautiful. And I genuinely think it is unisex, especially the heart and dry down, but there is, it's male leaning, I would say. It's definitely male leaning, and it would be a beautiful gift for, you know, the men in your life that I would say it's a little bit more mature than just like a young guy. I wouldn't buy this for like a younger cousin or brother who was like a teenager personally, unless they really liked it. I think it's kind of like 20, 25 plus in terms of taste. Everyone's different though, but I would say this isn't one that I would immediately think of for a super young guy the way that I would think about this for a young girl. But yeah, I hope that shopping list was helpful to you guys. Definitely let me know in the comments below which one of these you've tried, which ones you'd like to try or buy for others. And if you do have any fragrances on your Christmas list that you're hoping to get or buy yourself, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to chat with you guys. As always, don't forget to like this video and follow me on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. Bye!